Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've got some Terminator Dark Fate news for you all. This is also for those guys in the States, potentially. The runtime, the theatrical runtime for Terminator Dark Fate has been revealed, and also the UK age rating has now been confirmed, which I wouldn't say it was like particularly great. It does depend on what's being shown in the movie though, and we'll get into that because the ratings themselves are never always clear cut. But for those guys in the States, you will probably just think, oh, it's great because potentially for you guys it's going to be R-rated. But let's get into it. Okay, so this was over on the TerminatorFans.com. They've just aggregated, the news into an article. So we're just going to run through the article. It's a little bit easier. So the BBFC, which is the British Board of Film Classification, so like I said, this is UK based, but it does have a crossover for those in the States, have officially classified Terminator Dark Fate as a 15 in the UK. Now, I do feel that this is not that good, but again, we will get into it. I do have my reasons, but I also am kind of sitting on the fence for this one. It remains to be seen because there's a lot that you can get away with as a 15 now. But we'll get into that. So Terminator Dark Fate is, of course, meant to be rated R in the United States and was promised to be so by producer James Cameron and director Tim Miller. However, the age ratings are also listed on IMDb at the time of this particular report for Iceland, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, and they're all at 12. So that doesn't make an awful lot of sense. They're either going to get a completely different cut of the film, or what we consider to be a 15 is just a fraction too much, but they allow 12-year-olds to see it. So it's really not a hard R. It's really not a hard R. It's far from a hard R. So it says, so you can be 3 years younger in these countries. Are they getting another cut? Are their rating systems more relaxed? Or are the BBFC and the MPAA just going to give the studios the ratings that they ask for in the specific territories? Which could also be the case. They could say, well, make it a 15, but in actuality, it's probably a 12. They can do that. They will never underrate a film, but if they want to market it towards a higher age rating, if a studio goes to them and says, we realise it's a 12, we realise it's PG-13, but make it R, they will do it. There's no reason why they won't. So it says, had Terminator Genisys had one more F-bomb in the movie, that would have been rated R2, which is just some food for thought. Because if we take a look down here, that was PG-13. There was nothing in it aside from a few curse words. There wasn't any blood or any real hard R action. It was all just based around curse words. And that's why you have to sit on the fence about this. It's neither good nor bad as yet. It's the end product. We just have to see the end product because the rating systems in each individual country is different. And with respect to the UK, a lot of it is to do with how many swear words they have and how much blood and gore. But you can remove a lot of blood and gore, but it will still be a 15 based off of curse words. So it might just be a 15 because there's a bunch of curse words, not that it's remotely gory. Again, it's a remain to be seen job. But again, it's quite telling when you look at the timeline here. So, the original Terminator, which I did a retrospective review on, linked up here. I did that today. It was an 18 and an R in the States. Now, I would say that was probably warranted back then. I mean, there was a lot. There was the arm scene. There was the eyeball scene. Quite a lot of gruesome, not front and center murders, but, they were on screen. You could see some stuff. Terminator Judgment Day, I'm surprised it wasn't an 18, but they were probably relaxing a little bit. And then Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines was a 12 in the UK. And then the rest have all been 12s up until this Terminator Dark Fate, which is now a 15. Which I think, genuinely, is probably only going to be a 15 based off of cursing, swear words, F-bombs. Which makes sense, because if we remember an earlier article, an interview with Tim Miller, he was saying how they shot it like an R-rated movie, but his citation for how it was an R-rated was actually just to do with Linda Hamilton. His comments were, you know, we've got the script here, but she dropped in cursing here and there. So I think it's just to do with swear words, which is a shame. But again, remains to be seen. Now we continue down here. So it says also listed on the BBFC website was the runtime of 128 minutes and a few seconds. So it's 2 hours, 8 minutes long, which is a fairly long film. It says on the 3rd of October, Terminator fan Anya Topuzulu, sorry, I've butchered your name, contacted us to let us know that cinema chain Cinemark had the runtime listed, the same as the BBFC, as 128 minutes. Now, Terminator fans held off reporting on this as there was another runtime, and this is for AMC, and this is potentially why there's a few cuts of the film floating around, 1 hour 55. But, I mean, there's essentially nothing cut out there, you know. So it says that was listed on AMC Theatres. Now, with respect to that, that may be why these are 12s. Again, don't know. That doesn't really confirm anything either way. I've actually booked my tickets for the 23rd, I think, 23rd of October. They went on sale recently, so I booked my tickets. And I will double check what they had the runtime down as. Okay, well, on second note, it actually does not have the runtime down on it. I think this is just prior to them announcing the runtime. Sorry about that. So anyway, it says, according to IMDb, the theatrical runtime of the previous installments are as follows. We've got the Terminator, which is a runtime of 1 hour 47. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, 2 hours 17. Terminator Rise of the Machines, 1 hour 49. Terminator Salvation, 1 hour 55. And Terminator Genesis, 2 hours 6. So what do you think of Terminator Dark Fates? I keep saying fuck. Literally just went to said fuck Fates. Dark Fates runtime. Look, with respect to all of this, it is neither good nor bad. I do think that this 15 is potentially. I do think that this 15 rating is potentially an issue. And again, just for everyone in the US that will probably just jump on this and say, oh yeah, but it's a 15, it's going to be rated R. Look, guys, with the greatest of respects, Terminator Rise of the Machines was an R in your country. That's not promising by any stretch of the imagination in terms of what gore and harsh visuals you're going to be getting in the movie. In fact, that's far from it. Far, far from it. So we'll have to wait and see. But there you go. There's the runtime. Just over 2 hours. 2 hours, 8 minutes. We've got the confirmation of the age rating. 15 in the UK. And R rated in the United States. As per now, anyway. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. Like I said, if you haven't seen my Terminator 1984 retrospective, you can see that. Links. I've already linked it already, so do check that out. Guys, if you are new here, make sure you do hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Also, if you did enjoy this video, then please, please, please do consider liking it and sharing it. It really does help the channel out a lot more than you know. And if you want to support the channel further, I've got Patreon link down below, and I've also got merch underneath every single video. Space Jeebus is going soon, so cop yourself some of that if you want it ASAP. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care. Oh, Jasper. 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 There's nothing there. Shush.